Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. All right, y'all, back with another one. Just doing this video here on the fly. This is just something I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about this more throughout the week. Everybody's going to be doing videos on this, of course. This is one of the biggest upsets in WMMA history. As y'all know, this past Saturday, Julianna Pena, she snatched that crown from up under Amanda Nunes by second round submission. And, she did it in solid fashion, very methodical fashion. She was very strategic about her game plan. Like I said, this is what she needed to do to Amanda Nunes, take her out of her rhythm, push her, and use that jab. Like I was talking about yesterday, the jab. But the jab is not what I'm focused on in this video. I want to discuss something that, that's been going around, throughout the WMMA world right now after, Julianna Pena pulled off this upset. Of course, this is the situation that always happens whenever, someone this dominant, someone this good, someone considered this great loses in such devastating fashion. What is it people always do, right? They always go and try to find excuses. I can live with excuses. I can definitely live with excuses depending on what it is, because sometimes they can be argued. But when it comes down to these little conspiracies, sometimes, I am a conspiracy theorist with certain things in life, certain things you do have to kind of go back and look at and, really analyze and kind of read between the lines. But this is something here where a lot of people are just trying to find an answer to make themselves feel better and sleep at night. As y'all know, the word is that this fight was rigged. Everybody's been saying that this fight has been rigged. Amanda Nunes threw the fight and she let Julianna Pena snatch that belt from up under, right? And, first thing I have to say is, like I said, every time someone's favorite fighter loses, fans, they get into an uproar. Everybody, they feel like they really feel like they have their lives invested in this person, that they have to go out of the way to try to argue for them and fight for them, right? And that's what I want to address on this channel here. Like, people still, they don't get it. Like, on my channel, like, I'm a fan of the fight game. I have my favorite fighters. I have my fighters that I really study and look at, and I appreciate I appreciate fighters who really understand work ethic and technique. So when you see me praise a fighter on a lower level and I see that potential, and you can't understand that, then don't say anything. You know what I mean? Like, fighters that are unranked and I see something in them, don't say anything. If you don't see it, just don't say anything. Or if you do, just disagree and don't try to act like I'm crazy, because I'm an instructor in life. I've trained, I've taught people, I've coached people myself. And when you know a person with potential, you can already see them and you kind of treat them a certain way because their work ethic stands out. And you never hold somebody back in life. That's what my whole point on my channel is, just to respect people and follow fighters in the fight game, right? So with that being said, I'm not gonna be the one over here always trying to make an argument for a specific fighter or go to bat for some fighter. Even if I do feel like they were the greatest, I'm not gonna feel like this was a situation where I'm gonna reach and say this thing was rigged because Amanda Nunes got dominated so badly and she folded easy in the second round, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm definitely not going to do that because I watched it, you watched it, everybody else watched it, Nunes fans watched it, Pena fans watched it, and you saw Amanda Nunes get handled. You saw her perform to a high level in the first round, but really overexert herself, which is what happens to Amanda. Is when she overexerts herself, she can kind of lose her game plan, and she just got picked apart in the second round and destroyed. It's as simple as that. There's no rig. I mean, the first thing people said when they saw the referee separate him, they're going to say, "Oh, what happened? Why'd he separate? Why'd he stop it?" And then they showed you the other angle. Amanda Nunes' right hand tapped, right? It's as simple as that. She tapped. She got beat, so there's no conspiracy about it. There's no rig. There's nothing rigged about it. Like, why would they rig this fight? Why would they rig this fight? Like, why would they try to switch champions and say, okay, Julianna Pena has to be the next one? Why? I mean, bantamweight division is in desperate need of blood, but it's not like Julianna Pena is going to bring that lifeblood with such a big change. Hell, I would understand if they did it somebody with that fits their profile, like if it was a blonde hair, blue eyed fighter, then we might talk, right? If there was like some way they would try to rig a fight. But even then, like Holly Holm, she would probably be the closest one, but you see she performs legit and she loses legit. She wins, she wins in her own fashion, right? They never had to write the script for her, right? But in this fashion here, like, Amanda Nunes just got beat. It was as simple as that. That's why I'm just saying, like, it's one thing for people to say excuses. It's one thing for, people to make their excuses, for their favorite fighter. Okay, I can understand that. People do that with their football teams. I'm not really a football fan, but I hear people all day say, oh, if we had this would have worked out. Or if my quarterback did this, we would have got that last touchdown or whatever, right? But when it comes down to you saying, oh, they wrote this in the script, or, this fighter folded, or, they threw the fight, they planned on timing it at this point in the round to say, I'm done, to make it look somewhat real. And I was able to figure it out. No, that was rigged. That's crazy. I mean, it's easier. I think it's easier to rig some basketball games or football games. I've heard that before. I could argue that. But this here, come on, who's going to take that many punches to the face? There could have been another way where Amanda Nunes just say, I'll take a phantom punch and go down. But why would she take this much of a beating, go damn near concussed when she has a family and then rig the fight? There could have been a better way to rig the fight. So in no way is this fight rigged. Everybody commenting saying this fight is rigged. They don't know anything. And I want them to come over here and say something to me about it, because I'll tell you about a fight. I would tell you about a fight all day long, because another thing, like I said, every time your favorite fighter loses, you want to go to bat and make excuses. Amanda can live with it. Why can't you live with it? Amanda already said, her most recent post on her social media was that, look, she wants a rematch. She's going to take a few months off to get her ish together, because her ish wasn't together in this fight. Her ish was not together, and you saw it. I mean, what do I got to say this fight was not rigged? I mean, you saw Amanda Nunes. If you're a Amanda Nunes fan, you should know that she was fighting out of her comfort zone in the first round. If you really knew Amanda, you should have known that she's not this high-paced grappler. She's not this high-paced wrestler. She's a rhythmic fighter. She likes to fight at her own pace and break you down methodically. And she uses her mental game and her power to control these fighters and get their respect. Even like Valentina Shevchenko had to respect her for 3 rounds, and in the second fight, 5 rounds, right? Because Amanda had to keep her defensive posture and watch out for those power shots and those leg kicks, right? But what did Julianna Pena do after she got dropped? She lured Amanda into a grappling match, and Amanda, she obliged to it, and Julianna kept transitioning, making these nice transitions from her back, really making Amanda have to work hard and exert herself. Amanda won the round, but she lost. She won the round, but she really was losing deep down. She lost the mental battle because she got taken out of her game plan. And then Julianna Pena went to a great game plan of a jab. So when you say something is rigged like that, you're really taking away from the hard work of a fighter like Julianna Pena. You're really saying like she didn't have it in her, but she had this in her. Like I said, 70-30. That's still a great chance for a fighter like Julianna Pena. I had to say 30% again, because I can't say 50, because she never really went on a win streak and she came up short against top level fighters, right? So that 30% is very good against someone we consider a GOAT, right? So that's pretty much all I have to really say. I mean, there's no way you can say this fight was rigged. There could have been better ways to rig a fight like this, or throw a fight like this. I've seen it in the past where a fighter looks thrown. They will take a few shots here and there, but Amanda was taking a beating. If she wanted to rig this fight, I'm sure they could have written this script better, where she could have taken maybe a couple shots and then fell. But why would she put her life on the line when she has, a new baby, she has a partner, and she has a life that she's preparing to transition to, permanently pretty soon? Because I'm pretty sure Amanda's about to retire. So why would she take that many shots to rig a fight? Huh? So y'all really need to think about what you say before you talk about this game. I mean, again, like, understand the fight game before you start falling in love with these fighters. Like I said, you make yourself look crazy when you say these fighters are rigged, whenever a fighter can actually live with it. They're living their life. While you out here arguing and looking crazy and saying, crazy things like this fight is rigged, she's chilling. She may taken this L, she may lost this belt, but she still got paid. She's living her life. So, think about what you say, understand the fight game, and, don't invest your life into these fighters like this. Stop trying to fight for them and defend them like this, if it's not going to even really benefit you or benefit them. I mean, you actually making it look worse by saying the fight was rigged, because you're saying that she's a puppet. You know what I mean? And Amanda's not that type of fighter. She's a warrior. She will go out on her shield, or she will, try her best to go to hell and back to defend her belt. You know, she's done that before, but she'll be back. You know, she'll be back. I definitely don't think, final thoughts, I definitely don't think this fight was rigged. You know, she just fought the wrong fight. You know, if you want to make any excuses, I could say maybe it was the effects of C19, but I don't even know about that because she was out and about. You know, I don't really even know if she was out and about. I think it just came down to lack of preparation. You know, much like Kenny Porter said about his son Sean in their fight with Terrence Crawford. He said he wasn't doing certain things that he wanted him to do, and that was the result of that stoppage. You know what I mean? So same thing could have been here. Amanda was overconfident and underprepared, right? And those aren't excuses. Like, what you do outside of the octagon is not an excuse. You know, it's definitely going to cost you a fight. And if you get into the octagon, you know, hey, you 50%, you telling everybody you 100%, but really physically and mentally you 50%. Hey, I'm still going to say, look, Julianna Pena beat you fair and square. You know, whatever you did outside, you know, you ain't fought in the bantamweight division for 2 years. That's no excuse. You showed up. That's your own fault. You know, that's your own fault. There's no script written here. There's no rigged fight here. You know, there was no phantom punches here. That was pure jabs, pure methodical beatdown from Julianna Pena in the second round. Just great technical skill she used. She drew Amanda out of her fight game, and you got to live with that. Got to live with that. So, yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Rigged or not. You know it ain't rigged. If you come over here talking crazy, you know what's going to happen. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.